Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is time for yet another Alliance War. It is war number 4 of season 45, and in this war, Loki is taking on Legion. We are hoping for some better results. The past two wars have been really rough. We've taken on two of the best war alliances out there, and between the two alliances, they had one death in two wars. So hoping for a little bit better result this time around. In this war, we're going to be bringing in Shuri, we're going to be bringing in Rintrah, and Magneto House of X for some pre-fights. I only have 3 fights this war, so let's go ahead and jump right into them. We're going to be on Path 7 in Section 1. First fight up is going to be an Attuma. I'm going to be taking him with Shuri. This fight, really the nodes don't do a whole lot. When he cleanses the debuff, he will, do some damage reflection. Hopefully not going to have to worry about that at all. Really the plan here with Shuri is to go in and just bait heavies and special ones. You're going to see that I'm relatively moderately boosted. Not my biggest boost on, but I am going to throw on an invuln boost just to be safe in case I get, really unlucky in either of these first couple fights. So, here we go. We go in, and like I said, the plan really here is to just bait heavies. He does a 4-hit combo and just to a heavy, and there we go, a couple other hits. Now we get him up to a special one. We're going to throw ours, and at this point, feeling really, really good. So far, the fight's gone according to plan. Get an accidental parry there. Didn't really mean to. I meant the dex. So, and here we're just going to do it again there. Really just trying to get him to throw a special one, and he is not wanting to do it. And I don't like being up against the wall, so I'm going to go ahead and push him to a special 2. I'm going to block most of this. I've taken a lot more chip damage, than I really wanted to in this fight. Down 19%. Get a second special 1 off, and here we go. We're going to try and bait a special 1 again. A couple hits into the block just to back him off. The shocks are taking him, doing a little bit of damage, and you see there, I have to push him to a special 2 again. Not a big deal. He is going to die from the shocks, but just could not get him to throw specials the way I wanted to there. Still finished clean, still full attack bonus, but a couple heals having to go in. The next fight up on the path is going to be a Sersi. Once again, not really much to worry about on these nodes. Really, the only thing that I've got to worry about on this fight is getting initial parry and a medium off to get the neutralize up before she can get her glancing up. That is the whole plan. And just to keep the neutralize on the whole time. I'm going to throw specials when I get them, and then just try and get her back up against the wall and rooted. So there we go. Got a clean parry off at the beginning, got the neutralize up. Now, not a whole lot to worry about in this fight. Going to block specials where I need to. Do miss a parry there and take a couple of the hits off my indestructible, which is nice that I used a little bit. But there we go. We got a special 2 off. Didn't crit. Did decent damage though. Now we get the root on. We're going to build up some ruptures. She finally throws a special 2. And then we're just going to do some more ruptures and hope for a crit. And no, but it was about a 46k hit. So she's down to 19%. We're in good shape here. Another parry, neutralize, refreshed and back on there. Another root into the striker, and then just a couple more hits to finish her off. So really, really clean, really pretty straightforward path there in Section 1. Not a whole lot to worry about. Wasn't too terribly concerned going in there on those fights. Very, very pleased with the way they went, though. Would have loved for Attuma to throw a couple more specials, though. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can move forward now to the next fight up, which is going to be a Domino on one of the minis, and this one is the Hazard Shift, Incinerate Shock, Aggression Prowess, and Insult to Injury. And I'm going to be using Shuri here, which means I've got to wait out the Incinerate phase. This one can get a little dicey depending on how aggressive Domino is, if she's willing to throw specials. Can I get the timing down right with, her, being in shock mode and things like that. With the prowess building up, can't really afford to get hit by a special. So let's go ahead and just kind of take a look at the fight and see how we do. And the insult to injury, I'm hoping not to ever have any debuffs on me. So, and here we go. So, we're going to throw on another invuln boost just to be safe. We are boosted a lot bigger this time around. And here we go. And with this fight, like I said, you've got to wait out the incinerate mode. So I'm just gonna, dance around with her for a little bit here at the beginning. She is building prowess up, which is the downside to this, going in with Shuri as the attacker. There she goes. She's finally in shock, so I can finally start getting some hits off. Not too bad so far. Just a little slow start. We are now able to get a special 1. Unfortunately, that was still all during the shock. And then she throws a special, which takes off a good, amount of the time on the incinerate. So we're just going to, parry heavy again. And we're going to keep going. And she's almost out of incinerate. Now we can do some real damage. We get some of the crits going. She's lucky, so I do back off. And that was really the only thing I think that I would have changed on this is, her going lucky there at the start of the shock mode didn't help a whole lot and caused some damage. You can see there I did do 1 hit into her when she was in incinerate. Luckily I didn't get any debuffs on me, but she's back over to shock mode now, and we still have 8 criticals that we can do, but that finishes her off. So relatively quick, relatively easy fight, considering it could be a fairly tricky node. And really that wrapped up that war for me. Just like I said, 3 quick fights, and they were, all done relatively early in the war for me. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. So for the season 45 stats so far, we are at 15 kills, 0 deaths. Unfortunately, we did lose this war as well. I think the most we've died in any war was this one, and I think we died 6 times. So we're just not having, much luck with our defenders getting kills, or the alliances that we're facing are just, I guess it's probably a combination of the two. Our defenders aren't getting any kills, and the other alliance is just playing very, very well. Shout out to, LVT, Noon, and Legion. Great wars by all of them. You can see now that, Shuri has taken the majority of my fights. She's up to 4, Rintrah at 3, a couple others at 2, and by far I have fought Domino more than anyone else. She's the only one that I have fought multiple times. And as I've done in the other ones, if you feel like watching kind of a lower tier war, some more fights, just kind of some fun, I am going to show my ones for my second account. These are going to be just a little bit quicker, a little bit different. This one, because I was getting ready to travel, I boosted up and said, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and have some mini fun. So if you want to watch these, there are some mini bosses in this. I am going to throw on some boosts. We don't need to watch all that. So first fight up is going to be a Juggs versus Magneto. Really on this node, it is the deja vu prowess is really the biggest thing. And, going in here with Juggs, really the only thing I'm trying to do is I just want to bait special 1s. I don't really plan on using him again. And there you go. I accidentally pushed myself up to a special 3 because of Mystic Dispersion. And you can see even in this fight, he wasn't throwing specials, and I kind of blew my unstoppable there, by hitting into him. So we're just going to go ahead and toss off this special 3 because I want to get a special 2 off. I was hoping really this whole fight to get a big special 2. That's really all I wanted to do with Juggs. And, there we go. We take a heavy, just kind of being a little sloppy. Not getting clean parries in there. We do get a nice little intercept there. And there was a decently sized special 2. I do eat his special 2. It was just not meant to be for a clean fight with Juggs in that one. So let's go ahead and just skip forward. And this is a Storm Pyramid X. Nothing really in this fight. I'm just going to fast forward. It's just a slower fight. I do take a little chip damage there, as you can see. Nothing really special. She's going down. I get the special 3 off. And there she goes. She's finished. Nothing really there that you hadn't seen before in other fights. So we'll play this one out, though. This is going to be Kate Bishop. And I am going to go in with the Juggs. I'm going to heal up a little bit. There we go. So we get a heal in there. Wanted to use a team because I'm going to be using Ultron again later. So there we go. Really with her, you can't really parry very well, or she'll evade out of it. So this is just going to be, using my unstoppable to my advantage and getting openings that way, or countering her special 1s. And there we go. So we'll throw this special 2 off. Decent chunk of damage there. Bait her special. Dex out of the arrow. Almost finish her off right there. Hoping she'll hit into me again, but she throws a special one. Somehow I missed the counter there, and there we go. So that finishes it off there as well. So, you know, Juggs is very, very good. You know, typically not able to use him very often on my pass, but you'll see here I'll pop in some energy refills because I'm going to keep going. This fight up you've seen before too. This is OG Iron Man versus Apocalypse, and it is really just a slow fight. You know, nothing really here to worry about. You can see that, you know, fortunately Iron Man is such a tank now. You know, we're down to, you know, the end of his life. I've only lost 3% of chip damage, and on an Apoc fight, I'll take that every time. So there we go. That finishes it off. Now we've got 3 shared fights coming up. Let's go ahead and kind of jump ahead here to the first one. We're going to go over here and we're going to take this Kitty Pryde. I've done this fight on the main a couple times. This one's a little tricky. So we're going to do advanced power boost, you know, and on this node, she's going to gain prowess. So, you know, it's really hard to kind of fight this one clean. You know, she's going to gain her own natural prowess. She's going to gain prowess from the node. So really the plan here is to throw some special ones every time I get them to try and keep her from getting to, you know, over 3 prowess. Here I'm hoping she throws a special. Perfect, she does. You know, and there we go. We're going to go back in. Another special one to remove those prowess. You know, hoping she'll throw a special. I push her over 2 bars, which is fine. You know, as long as I don't push her, you know, way up in the prowess, you know, not going to worry too much about it. And there we go. We've got the power sting on us. She's unblockable, but I can block the unblockables, which is very, very nice. You know, 'cause I really couldn't throw the special because of the power sting on there. And there we go. So now we've got doing pretty decent. I don't think we're ever going to get into arc overload. Okay, we do get into arc overload there. Now I'm just kind of holding, hoping she won't throw a special and she'll throw a heavy. And there we go. We're going to counter. Was trying not to take the power sting damage just in case I had to use him again in this war. But you're going to see here, she just does not want to throw a special. So I say the heck with it, and I'm just going to go all out and finish it off. I do take the power sting damage there. Needed to because it didn't kill her on that last hit. So unfortunate, but you know, we get through it fairly clean. So we're going to kind of move ahead again, and we're going to jump over, and we're going to take on this Morbius, I believe, is where we're going next. Yes, it is. We're going to take on this Morbius. We're going to use Ultron. This is Scared Stiff, Power Focus 2, Bubble Shield. Really, I don't bleed. Really, the main thing I'm trying to do here is not get rooted and die. You know, I've got to watch out for his glide. You know, so, you know, and this is, you know, not really much to worry about. I'm very comfortable evading his specials, and there I get hit by the glide. You know, just kind of dumb. I wasn't really paying attention. You know, with the Power Focus 2, I can feel pretty safe to, you know, just keep hitting into him. And I'd kind of forgotten there his, what his special 2 ended in, so didn't really go in there and counter. We do get up to our 3 bars of power, so we're going to do, you know, what I typically do with Ultron. Go to 3 bars of power, throw off that special, come out, do a medium and a heavy, just to get some bleeds rolling. And there we go. So there is now the bleeds. I'm able to go in and do a couple more hits. He's got 9 bleeds on him. And there we go. We kind of didn't counter there either. Not sure exactly why. You do see the root coming up real quick on a couple of occasions, but I'm able to kind of fight through it and get out of it. And, you know, feeling pretty good here. I just figure I'm going to go for it to finish off the fight. Didn't throw the special there. Not sure why. Figured I was going to kill him, and it didn't. Left him at 1%. But, once again, fairly clean there as well. And now we jump ahead to the last fight in this war, which we are going to take on a Havok once we pop in some more energy. Excuse me. So, Ultron versus Havok should be fairly safe. I can keep my armors up. You know, this does have crumbling armor on the node. I'm not worried about the shock. I am not worried about, you know, the bleed on the other part of the hazard shift. This is just kind of a straightforward, to me, Ultron versus Havok fight. It's just a matter of getting him to throw specials. And there we go. So we got that special. And, you know, my armor, got armor broken. Don't have any armor up right here, so a little bit of worry here. All I have to do is block a hit, though, to get an armor, and, you know, back up to 2. And really going to go with the same Ultron plan here. Just trying to get up to 3 bars of power. You know, keep my armor ups, you know, fairly high. I still have 2 heals in my back pocket if something should go wrong. Really, about the only thing that I think can kill me in this fight right now is if I miss a dex on his special 2. So there we go. I'm hoping I can get him a little bit more power to do a little bit more damage on my special 3. And there we go. So we're going to go into him, and we're going to push him up as high as we can. We actually push him red, which is fine. And now we get a special 3, and we'll get a big burst of damage coming out of this special 3. So there we go. He's at 38% when he comes out of it. And then we get about a 6% damage bump right there because of the special 3 when he had 3 bars of power. And at this point, he is just going down. He's going to melt here in a minute. I think we're going to have to bait out one more special 2 if he wants to throw it. And there it goes. And then we can finish it off here with a 5-hit combo. Into a special 1, get the stun off, leaves him 1%, like always. And there we go. So that finishes off that war as well. So a little bit of, you know, more bonus footage for you. Hope you enjoyed these war videos. Hope you like the channel. If you please leave a like and subscribe, it would greatly help me out. And we'll see you in the next one.